behwe na ne nyina so de aseda PSA ne ema kumaseman ankrankro be ebu ama eno agye a ema no humne so no ati akwakoda boko
Empanyufo di namienu esi honom a wode ye nkyerɛkyerɛ ede ama ema a wonom enua ennuane ewo montene so eno so yedimu nkyiremu ebebrɛ mu
dodo no aka ho na yede ba besom mu ena anwumre na bohyeba na aso yasen a wode nam sɛ eye kane ho akade bia ohia bia no bra Oyerepa bro san a ewo adum prison run about ye a ewo mu ya yekasa yi a na afen so ko PZ nso a Mami atata kufu abro sansi bu ho na PZ ho no abro san ya na nsia no sie ne kayete Dubai die no hwe no ohun so bohye ba electrical so ho kane ho akade bia ohia bia no boru ho no kode kofi sanse no na energy commission so asan access we die ade a ogitu pa frɛ bibini afrɛ 0536 095 966 0536 095 966 enyumre beno ayaje pene e ba besom mo no Mimi dinde Asonaba Kwabena Amoateng mene
Nana Aduse Pokua ahwene
ensem no nkyeremu ni yebekwa ahoma no so na yene yenua nana ansa edi nkomo ede free finfi mantamu na enkra ifiri ho ba na kyese kyeremu a na eya enura nyamenko a na boae ejabra ne bi eto fuel station bi enam so na nana ansa wa ahoma no so a omoae nana wotemi ka maajo
ito kamia
na krabe na odi maya ase munye dey
no ya was some ni am so na minchi o tie so na mo pemo gomwa pate okobe dey from Mustafa Junction wona chefe na yo so me esi gomwa isi office mantum Mercedes Benz car dia no ya private car obi ni kala chefe na nsa odi 8 coin na kan impemi na chefe what car mo registration na ma dem kan na CR that's 50-10. Another registration number, so there is a cano and now cano if a year man can see me actually move away year casqua. No be name says that the buy I can come almost a plus one. Now which you say move a cano we see if you know ever. And I want to move a cano more I do more just too much as I say can I say something no motor cano na fi we no o'clock 10 o'clock na cano Ojo contract only into I'm a wonder myself food probably now so into Kwabena Amoateng that's a way if you want to run a grassy beer and I just so if you know the so the basano cano o'clock I just a moment dia more and yet it is from one and confront ya more ethical my ready no more little boy you can't gas in brain much I said to me a Inde me no amoteka ya mochumi ya muti edidi ma mo African mo look at so sha kan eje dem tutututu look at it kan ahye aya djobe na mo fashion form mo ye wini ba wo me say wo bo amemo so ho a wodi me ko play no bo do one day e just kan ahye aya djobe aya enso kura mo look at say akwa aka yo wo so o kan na yo one day what's the way to catch it? I wasn't in my. Because when you might be put in them so much as to me at your car, Musa, the first thing, the open and two changes, I can find direct you baby. I can look at them, you know, to me, I say, I will car among us a bit to quarrel, or much me, I said you a ban. So I open out the minute, I'm to them, I brought Gassimo, and I was smart. Obia ankanamo na no waka ma je sene so to twene me so do bo grass mo to me say check a crap when I was some away go mo ko tede ma etefo
Nana yebeda wase no ama ne bo no akoso adi akire na entoaso bi ehu bia so odi asom ye. Adesima ma yenua nana ansa na odi nkra free mfimfim antamo nyame na ya adom a nya sa de ka esi no nka no edin pa.
Ye to akase no so na ne ye ba bepiemu ewo kumase ha ya kumase abontene so pe nrada ejabra ne a eto ye ewo eye kejetia ana se adum railways honom no na enye asem ketwa eye stores dan a ahye ene mpata hodo a ahye no esewani ne no ene nedai adwadifo a wonom ho aka ewo sa bia ye honom ebo modena tisi montene so na omudi dede ene wesebo pa enya asem ketwa hye so ewo kumase abontene so a omo kire se omo nyante ye se maban no edi mfidie ne niam bia ba besisi ho ana kire se do omo pa kire ne se omuhu ne se ana se omususu se aban ede ne nsa ba beto asase no so a one sign fan mo eni wo mudwuma bio ne senti no wo mo sire yewura otufo se tutu se wo mra no ma meso omumu ebia Adwadifo a wono mo ho aka ye enuradan ene yete wono mama ne bo no o madesra o mode tu yewura otumfo sei tutu anim no
ene ejaso egina eye edwa eno a ejato mu a ema adwadifo enso sese no won so se ate a weni abre pa eyi no na eno ka ho bi eno a ma pani ebo dimlika tente beduru ho no o kan se dwumadi no ojade ama nadbo ni mpanifo aboa ne no na aka ho bi ma eye deputy director in charge of operations, technical and operations. Oh, Nadbu, you were Amber Rafiu, and so the boss will be in went to Mamma on where Dimly content and the Juma for a bedroom here. You made no bedroom and so I say, dear Santima, yet Uncle Cray, boy, my and ram. A jet me do fire service before skillity and an Uncle Crow. I be a boy, ma, some members one potomobia or at MPs in Cadodon, so Bahwa, Nina, so much as a dear when you also ye papa now or share a beautiful bossem and a mobile will be answer to Eddie Aboa until one Kawakuma and Toya said the PSA or the Makumas minds and Rano, Yentimam, it might be at Mikoya and Tranco the account view. Ashanti region, it's here I saw the Handra. And one I joke, I'm a film crime and one crime around 11 p.m. Now, regional minister, also I say. If you to say, I be a tree, and yet it was one crown. If you are paying your Kinziba, regional minister near when the Jinaha, if it's an upper, or not so good Jinaha, the Jina way, it's your man, or not if it's an upper shame corner, and also Chirani and the one. Indeed, you better OBBS, the security services, and Obia or Waha, Wabua, Ama Ejano, Abba from Mosson, the Dominasi. As Antimaka said that, you His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yemina emi dwumedia obedi wan kawenra. Owie no na obabiko. Enso wodi na to nchen e kase da bi ne ma de ato omuni. Enti na ehwe andra. Omanwa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e ba ha. Oba so ni dwumfo ni dwumfomo. Okecho omo. Nadmofo ebebem. Enti nadmofo na ye wo ha no. Yemina no mapanyi anem ye digine. Yewra ambeda mananso ho a na sene Pokua di kan say dwadi phone mari bi na omategu monten so se da bi omohwe se ne ye kono anhwe yi a na yansan fa ma mu bi no so omkoma ento na bibie ni ho e kire se na mom no maye ne se ekwan de efigara ko mayi kwan ato race no so ha se bibi to ho a enkoba se se omusisi bibia bobobobom bi kwa bedem na kire bi bibi sai si bi mu ampanifo ahon hare so tima ba ba twitwa age wo mo yesro mu biom yesate tete se mu wa ha omate se ye hwiese ha wi a ye de ma manfo foforo wan ye de ma no wo ha bia no keme ewo data nadmu ewo data ye nkofo bi foforo bia ma ha ye siese ha wi a omo wan ye de ma de ben ebemo mo ye be ya ne se ye be pe kwan a se bibi sia fire service for edum jafo no ombetima den abem se ye emeko se nya no de ya etu ye ya omba no mu gina fichire e o mu ntimi mu ye be sa sra mo enyoma na omo ton no ye hwe nyoma entimi fa sa atwoche mo emma enne wo hwa ye wa hai obati boom na bi ablaste se ye gas o se ye adia ye fire crackle se ye dio ye be sra omo me hwe nyoma ye ton no yi
ne mebu ha ye ne to scan ye pe asiam kwa so de enhiaye nti esere mo
Yewra Ahmed Rufai deputy director Nadmu na ene oba behwe adwadifo ma na de ato omo no so ogina ne boss anemu na ode yakọ na afin so sere se nkranhye bia wo bia no odo tamochi na mom de nam fram se ebia de ye jefri omo nsem de ma na nka wakoma ento oyem
Yatwa kase no so Yewra John Abdullahi Jinapo Minister of Energy and Green Transition. Wadi dwumadie ahye so enanu dwumadie bi ahye so a wonomo ede entity ye ema ema wonomo enua ennuane na eno anso hwa empanyufo a wonomo ehwe yahonidie ho nsem so ekuaku ahodo ni nyina akopie mu ewo dwumadie no asibia na enye asem ketwa ni nyina ne se ekwan a ye maame no ma omo montene so enu anuane no aya na ebi wo ho no ma ho ne die ho nsem no e wo fom pa ne senti no wo de nkyerɛkyerɛ ekɔ edema omo afenso no wo se eye oman no anase wo mo amanyoko nani so ade hunu kase pa se ebedrum rebi no obi biara wo no aduane aton e wo abontene no ebe yisu eye gas anase LGP gas yibi ede anu aduane mframaja no ede anu aduane na ohwe se omukọ enwura mukọ twitwa eja na afei omode be hibidie edebra ema no na ebi mu nso so edi Japan kasa eso ede noa aduane na wo se emwa enokora ka ho bi ama won mo a wo mugu ye kwaye mu no etwitwa enua no enokora bedoso bebre ne senti se etimi ba fom ema saa eja ne bidie ho nsensem no kofom ema emframaja no ye yusu no dodo a eno betimi aboa ama enema akoso toten
between 2021 and 2022 because LPG prices increased by over 80%. The consumption of LPG declined by about 12%. And then the consumption of wood fuels also increased astronomically. And so it's not just an economic burden, it's also a health issue, it's also an environmental issue. And so it's something that we have to take cognizance of, especially how we can ensure that we have affordable LPG consumption and deployment. I know that the MPA is working aggressively to expand the cylinder recirculation model. And I think that is something that all of us must support. It's our vision that by 2030, 50% of the population would use clean cooking, particularly LPG. The figures shows that about 56% of people in urban areas uses clean cooking, but just about 12 or 16% of those in the rural areas uses clean cooking. And so there's a stark disparity between rural-urban consumption of clean cooking, and that is something that as a government we want to bridge that gap and ensure that we promote LPG consumption.
John Abdullahi Jinapo Enayete Nken.
Minister for Interior Yewra Mubarak Muntaka onukure ya anaye mrese bedwoni de made hye wa asoase enu ada nso ewo eye police regional commanders conference ewo nkranpupuni mantemu no na wa kyeremu ahyebo se enipa bese oha ene enso a omufiri amanfoforo so aba oman mu a illegal mine dwumadi no omudie no omatimi ensa so omuchi ne nyina nso no wa ba kyeremu obi akunukurum na ade ba kon so ase o ye ne nhye ode to akwan mu se enipa bi nso ode omfidie bu o tedam o ena wada na omiamia no phone so na eye excavators no dodo no a etu illegal mine ne nyina ya ne dia nto no ohwe se no nsia bobo na edi sesi abre no na ne nyina no se omo kɔ no ne nipa na dwane na aka mfidie nkɔ ne sisuo no se omo wo churches no ma bi wo ha kai bi ya register saa chassis number no ene be hu se eye Pokua na se Amoateng dia saa numbers no ombedi akire no ma hu nipa kora na mo so a excavator no yawde na no asotwe bi a wo ho bia no omotimi e di ama.
Say I've seen written to the IGP that henceforth any equipment that we find either in our forest or guarantee site, the chassis number of that vehicle or that equipment be forwarded immediately to us, and then we'll get the owner. So if you are renting your bulldozer or other equipment to Galamseyers and you are sitting at home, yes, we go to the site, they run away, but we have the chassis on the facility, the truck, and we will come pick you at home. And I've written to the IGP, this is something that we need to look at. The foreigners that we find in those forests, what do we do to them? Since I became the Minister of Interior, we have returned well over 107 citizens of other countries that were found in fraud and in Galamsey activities. I want to reiterate to the regional police commanders in particular that any foreigner that we find in our forest, immediately call your colleague from the immigration for them to pick them, because we have decided that any foreigner that we find in our forest or involved in any fraud, our first option is to repatriate them back into their country.
Adesimama nipa yetini kan Yewura Mubarak Muntaka Interior Minister onukre ya obepiem aswanso ono na mesebedwani de ma adesia ewo
Otitina ni Edema Council of Elders Edema NPP amanyoko no Owura Hackman Owusu Ajiman ena waba abontina wode nsem bia ba betu dwa se enka ne dome Kwabena mra hyebedwani ye maame Sarah Adrasafo a ne nsensem a waba abontina ba betina simpie so na afidikesie bi so a wo to de ma ne NPP mpanyumfo no kire se sasu na eban na wo dan na di no wan kire panyiyo wan kire ni die pa kora wan fabuo ama empanyumfo ene NPP amanyoko no ni senti na ebe ya enka wo mia na no na se eniema bi ha no asem bi wo ho a won champanyumfo no montena se no monka sansem we nyina no onyai se wa ba abontena wo gu party no ho fia na se wono mo esi wo montoma gufin wa abonten no na se no monhwe se nka bomu ombetimi aka aboma ombetimi asan anya otumi no atena so bio
completely gone out of order, and the General Secretary has said, and she will refer to the disciplinary committee, and I think the rules will be followed. In the interregnum, we will ask the meanwhile, we will ask her to heed all public utterances as far as the party is concerned. She has broken all the rules, and this is unacceptable. And as a party, we would apply the necessary regulations and then see what we can do. But for the time being, as I said, we are a bit dismayed and disappointed in what she has done, especially considering the fact that she's held quite senior positions in our government and the party. So I do again ask to stop all the utterances, all the interviews, all the whatever she's doing. It's a human institution. She's gone wrong, and we are telling her, please cease this. Whatever you are doing, see these utterances, and then we'll see how we go going forward. And I hope that she would adhere to what we have said, the General Secretary has said in his release.
Owura Hackman Owusu Ajiman ena yete nenkan.
Ye mowura masebedwemu ena appointment committee so no akohia Yewura Michael Henry Yamson ono na say aban de na kire say common fund administrator district assembly common fund administrator ono na aban wo gidi rumu say ogini tuma obetimi aboa na omo so gina amramra 1992 constitution no local government act 2016 so egina act 936 so na eno na committee no ene ni hia doso no ade ni fafa no mu na omo do beto masebedwa mpanifo nim say omo doso no nyina mo hu say ampa Yewura ade a sebio Yapsen ade a ho son dwumadi no betimedi ento besre masebedwam ne mpanifo nyina say omo nyini ntum na omo ama common fund administration no entimi cause na local government assembly so no omo nhye ne omo kwa fa so ye chesika ma ye hu se bi a atwoma kwa anwa mu discuss say oye municipal oye district say na ese munya no eno so etimi akoso
is a 22-page report. So Speaker, I will urge the Hansa department to capture the entire report as having been read, whilst I speak about some excerpts from the report. So Speaker, questions such as assuming office as acting administrator of the common fund was posed, personal email and political affiliation of the Great National Democratic Congress was also posed to him. He has responded to saying his contribution, social contribution at Bremer was also posed to him. Social intervention project in Cape Coast, the national service, the payment of the assembly members, among others, were posed to him, and he has provided honest answers to the questions.
Enonti Yewura Bernard ehiafo nsem enono no ena ma me Patricia Piaje ono so oka appointment committee no hom na obrepem e wo asokwanso a ono na e mese bedwani ono so kan se ni nua na aka no e na odo bi eto so se yewura yapsen ohwehwemu na omado so no afa ne o manyina chese dwumadie no obetimi edi pa anti parliament enyini ntummo ankoto na dwumadie so.
The member as a Catholic who has been turned to be a Methodist, and if you look at the background and you read the background, you realize that he was actually trained by the Catholics and in a Catholic school. And Mr. Speaker, I would like to attest to the fact that being a trained Catholic, the honorable nominee of Mr. Johnson, it's an affirmation of the fact that his integrity is not in doubt.
Enunti maame Patricia Piaje na yete ne enka no.
Ye toa so a yennuanu muslimifo saa mrei wonomo edomo yefunu ato honomo a omugu omunkotodwa anim ebo mpa ye dendenden a enye asem keto na no na eye onimonyamfo set osai akoto a wono no ye mrahye bedwani edema amanfo a wonomo wo atwemamponnua abato mpasua so wasantemantam mu haya ejina so ede eno anone ene nuano ho niema bi ekoye wonom adoye na enumu ana wo kire se sampai ba omu bo mu omo makomo enu omo kwa omo nkai Ghana senya be ya impuntunuma ebetimi akoso ewo man
sebe ya bo antuam e ba ha ebe stress mo nsira mo kai mpai bu e de mo no isi ani so radio no adom so ya nko of emra na idin kunimu ye nsusu nya kwan ema ha e se de si ani ti emba enumani mo ha afeni akwa this year na face so no onse obasache chiriwias na senia mesuso atwampo me ni muse muslim for no dos ntino na fe de me ye bia won bia ndi jai na me ba na at least one day be kwa de me best ra wo mina na kakra so ye beti bia mboa wo no makai empai bom na de si ani so na de se awrade no anam ye so ye beti afa so ama atwampo me atumpo de tumpo no tina ba kuno bebere anope ko yesi mo haka mo an premier sano no ya bi ye be ko percent ya ye be ko ko bebere so e be ko fra bayre ko atuje ko ene to for cap ni nyina hye ni nyina e bi se no ma ya de ba no se kire moto ma ko e bi asa na e bo ma ha ni akiri e de buta so ko be wa ye chen kakra ma ya muslim ya umbia swenya kakra
Yewra set osai akoto san so to asu bio se wo hwenkroto ahodo a wonom ahye atwemamponnua abato mpasua no mu na eso pa enye asem ketwa edoso ni senti no wo srese eye nakoma so ade a eda nani su se wo betimi ahwe ama nchichemu abase ne be ya wo betimi achichemu de mpanifo atoto bia no na aboa ama mpuntunwuma nso so etimi akoso wa no wa no
sesemu dia na sesemu ya chemudana na so no sikasam ene de che mensene nemum makane ba bi se sikasam no atutu ya ombechem yenu anya district no yenu nemum wa we member of parliament ko hwe sa yenu so opro se sikasam ene atutu ya no betu azani etime mu se ukwa ha na we kwa ha kakra na betu akafa the baba sa so dia na mesrese abenya ne tente na wonchim na yensa akwa no kwa because I so 530 communities there the can of baby akwa no is hard na the investors
538 enya asem ketwa edoso papa hey na chese wo yem rahye bedwani na oda ho de a udwumadi so pa enya asem ketu
unchi ne mfie na krubi obituma koso bia ka say thank you sir madam asem ene omobogya atwa oduru ha hello thank you no atwa
party ase no atwa
eno kura na ho ya mfie na
nyina ho untimi nyina ho nche
86 ibi de na ntemi de omo de donka bi 180 no musu we dey abru 200 538
wow
communities and I form as one constituency and district that mampunia omobre pa anti omobre yebada ase na yede mo asi ha yesemu fo yewra imano oduro korea na esemu ede maye Pokua enso o birthday ba ko
happy birthday enkoma blessing abna Kadel. We a free a year and some training Dominic Dukes and our fee Okesibaho and our Kesieba. Okesieba. Okay. Or money see and far I would pay and Mount Yankupon shroud. Normal quatentin, normal wapumudene. We be sika bebre so ewu. Amen.
You. And I feel so sry and a real kuna boya and you brain so no utwa bibia ma munye bi nyina hwe bi abafon tentano so nyina so for me sentence so amofa nyina so no and enwumre so ye da mo ase ben no ye pene be so mo me de Asonaba Kwabena Amoateng mene
nana Aduse Pokua ahwene
ye solid de na ekuafo chefa se na ebetimo abo am ye twadwuma isu etoi de ekwadwuma afi de na me adom a
aduane beba bedi di peche
Mese ya ye tususu bi wo adwuma eduru